Oh, dude, the color.
It feels like a modern car. We have to rebuild the motor. The whole entire bay is stripped. Oh my god. There it is.
What was midnight purple?
I'm sure this is really gonna work. That is so sick. That paint. Right.
This is the story of how I got my 1999 Nissan R34 Midnight Purple 2 that is federally legal to be in the United States. This story begins 2 years ago when I finally decided that I wanted to have an R34, but I wanted to have it in the United States. I wanted to have it on the American soil. I wanted to be able to drive an R34 in America, and if a cop pulled me over, I wouldn't be in any trouble or any federal trouble, which is the real problem with these cars. And there's only two ways to get one here. That's by getting a Motor X car or having one that's here on federal exemption through something called show and display. I tried to get a Motor X car, none were for sale. And then I reached out to the boys at Top Rank and they found me a show and display R34 Midnight Purple 2 that was potentially for sale. Now, after following up with the owner, he was willing to sell the car, but I had to come up with the cash to get this car. And that's where the Huracan plays its role in this story. When I first started building the Huracan, Whistle and Diesel had actually reached out to me a few times saying he wanted to buy the car. So when the time finally came, I reached out to Whistling and I said, yo dude, are you interested in still buying this car? Which he said, yes, I am. And I knew the only way that I could afford this R34 was to sell that car and use the money and profits from that to roll it over into the Midnight Purple 2. All this happened 2 years ago, and I wanted to build this car at my own speed, at my own time, with the right parts. Over the last 8-9 years, I have built certain cars and I built certain things with the pressure and with the influence of the outside world to hurry up and do it as fast as possible so the uploads aren't happening so sporadic, oftentimes feel rushed or unfinished just to get that video title and to get just that extra upload in. And I knew for this car, it meant way too much to me to push something out. All the footage you're gonna see throughout this series is literally 18 months old. We have been flying to the East Coast, filming this in secrecy to produce what I think is the absolute perfect restoration build, and it's all gonna happen within a month's time for you guys. You're gonna see consistent uploads of us getting in the car, stripping it down to bare metal, rebuilding the engine, putting brand new parts that took us months and months, some cases years to get our hands on. We just dropped 2 R34 GTR Midnight Purple t-shirts and a 1-of-1 sticker to go with it. And these will count towards the entries of winning the Straight Hunter Z, and there's only 4 days left on the giveaway. So click the links down below, snag your entries to win the car. This is the ultimate R34 GTR, and it is all gonna unfold over the next few weeks for your viewing pleasure. Without further ado, enjoy this amazing restoration and build of the perfect GTR. And this story starts 540 days ago when I took delivery of the car.
Oh, I'm so, no, come back, come this way, you chotch, no, come back. Ooh, I'm physically shaking right now. Inside of this trailer is a car that, in my opinion, it's the all-time car. There's nothing really above this car. I'm freaking out. Okay, without further ado, let's introduce the new car. I've only seen photos, I haven't even seen it in person. This is my first time seeing it. Ooh, what's in it? Ooh. Oh my God. Oh.
What a guy.
It looks like there's green. Crazy, bro. You would kill it, man.
Midnight Purple too? Ooh. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm gonna touch it. Ooh. Oh, first start. As you guys can see, it already has some stuff on there. I'll explain all that stuff in just a little bit. Okay, brother. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, dude, the color from right here is insane. Oh Damn. You can leave it right there. Could you leave it running? Here's what you guys gotta see. Okay. You ready for this? Oh! Nismo Fine Spec Final Edition motor. Damn! Holy shit. Oh my god, first time sitting in it. What the heck? Whoa. I don't know how warm it is. Let's give it a little bit of a blip. Must have, so I know it's on a Haltech ECU. There's something restricting us from revving it out. I don't want anything stupid. I don't know this car yet, but damn. Color's cool.
Color's so cool.
I haven't seen the orange yet.
It's on this side. You can see on.
Is it on that side?
You can see it on the one too. Look right here.
Oh, there it is. Oh my god. Yep. Found it.
The GTR is here legally, but it's not under my name. And it gets a little bit weird with the federally exempt transaction that actually got the car here. So I never really drove the car much in its current state, but I did drive it home. It was a very special moment for me, and I just enjoyed it the whole way home. But I did pick up the camera once and kind of talk about how it felt. It was a pretty special moment.
What's amazing is how this car feels compared to the RX-7, the Mark IV Supra, even like NSXs that I've driven. This thing feels like it's not from the 90s. Although it's a 99, I guess it's like an early 2000s car. It feels so tight, handles so much differently. It just like feels good. And compared to the other 90s cars, they kind of just drive like 90s cars. They still feel great to drive, but they don't really feel, you know, that good out the box. The R34, and this is my first time driving an R34. I never drove one in Japan. This thing feels so good, dude. It feels like a modern car. Like, it just feels amazing. It's on feel suspension coilover, so that definitely adds to it. I'm sure if it was on stock suspension, it wouldn't feel this good, but I'm this in awe. This thing drives great.
I really didn't tell any of my friends. The only person who I did tell was Kevin, and that same day that I got it, he left work early to come see the car, and this was his first time seeing an R34 GTR on US soil, which again, was another special moment.
Oh, you put the Lambo and the Vet outside for that? Woohoo! So if you haven't figured it out, this R34 Midnight Purple 2 is, yep, the button works. This is the car that I'd let go of this baby for. Yes, it's still here in time, but I made a deal with Whistling Diesel to sell this car to get that car. Now, this car is more than that car. This car is still like very, 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 very expensive. I just couldn't justify to myself owning this, owning that, owning those two, owning the Corvette. We have all the other cars. I was like, you know what? I don't need this too. This car's great and I love it, but in my thought process is, at the end of the day, these cars behind me are the things that I love more than anything else. Exotics are super cool and they're so much fun, but the thing is with modern exotics, how I feel at least, in the next like 2 or 3 years when the new Lambo comes out or the new Ferrari comes out, I feel like you're always gonna want the better new exotic. And the 90s cars, that was it. There is never like a better one to come out, except, you know, just collecting every single one of them. So that's what I've always wanted to do, is I want to have every single like JDM car that I thought was really cool. And although this thing is amazing, I would rather have that, and we still have our blue one in Japan.
A lot of work went into this and it's so beautiful, and I get that, but when the new Lambo or the new exotic comes out, I feel like I'd want that one. With that into consideration, I was okay with letting it go. And letting it go gave me funds to buy that car and put money away and other cool, amazing things this year.
For those who saw the video where Kevin got me this Nismo gas cap.
First mod on the 34, day one?
No, it clamps onto the thing. Like, you need to unscrew it.
Doesn't fit.
You need to unscrew it.
No, dog. Doesn't fit.
Let me see that.
It might be for an SR, or you just do double-sided tape right there.
You can double-side tape it. Let me see the screws.
Now this car is a forever car. This is the bucket list car. This is the dream car for me. Not only are we gonna build this car to absolute perfection, but I also want to do a full 100% restoration on this. Brand new, everything. I want this to look like how it did when it rolled off the showroom floor in 1999. I also know we're gonna hunt down every rare Nismo part and put it on this car. And I knew to the level of what I wanted, it couldn't be done here in San Diego. And I knew there was only one place in America that could handle what I wanted. So after a few weeks of having the car, we loaded it up on the trailer and we sent it across America, where I met it when it landed.
All right, well, we had the car and now the car is leaving. We had it for maybe about 3 weeks sitting in my garage. It is just now loaded up. We're gonna see this thing, well, I guess in your guys' sake, you guys are gonna see this really soon, but I won't see this car for another 3 or 4 months until all of our parts show up. At the same time, this is leaving. The C8 is also heading back to LMR to get some clutch work done and make it a little bit more drivable, but that is quite the trailer setup. I will see you very, very soon. We have made it all the way out to Connecticut, and we are here with Tommy Effiat. The R34 got dropped off here probably a few weeks ago. And while the car's been here, there's been a lot of parts that have been ordered. There's been a lot of, man, we're gonna get into it because this video is tripping people out because they had no idea. Well, some of you guys.
no idea.
Some of you guys
had no idea that was his car. It said every comment said, that's TJ's.
Some of you guys had no idea, but we are here. This is Tommy Effiat's shop, GTR Restoration. Does some of the cleanest, I'll say he does the best. He does the best GTR rebuilds. Tommy, what do you guys specialize here?
Period correct, OEM plus, Skyline Restorations.
So much enthusiasm, I love it.
That's just how I do it. I'm excited. I just gotta tell you, and this doesn't need to be on camera, you know the 32s, you know all the colors. Your favorite's AH3, right? You missed that one.
They don't know about that. They don't know about that.
We're gonna tell them,
yeah.
You slept. That's TH1. AH3, TH1, blue, red, white, black, gray. We've got almost all of them.
Almost all of them.
But now we have one special one. We have the most special color, which is yours.
Oh, I didn't know if
Wow, that was a compliment.
I know, I wasn't expecting that out of Tommy.
All right, no, it doesn't mean I like it the most. don't get it twisted, boys. It's special because it's the only, okay, we'll say as of right now, even though it might be a little later, the only legal R34 color.
Yes, and that's one of probably my biggest flex here.
Dude, he was so adamant. He's like, but how much cooler is it that I could get like pulled over by a cop? Like, and I'm like, people can get pulled over by cops. Like, yeah, but a Fed. I'm like, how many Feds have you ever been pulled over?
The Feds could pull me over. I could be like, sorry, boys, my it's legal. Can't touch my car. So that's
all
like,
he wanted.
That's the coolest thing about this R34 Midnight Purple 2. I'll have Tommy do the honors in explaining what makes it legal and how it's legal, but this is a 100% USA federal exemption. The president doesn't even mind that it's here. The president likes that it's here. It's the USA.
EPA runs out at 21 years, which means it doesn't need to follow emissions in every other state except for yours. California sucks. But at 21 years in every other state, it's legal now.
EPA-wise.
EPA-wise. But your car is NHTSA legal because of the show and display. So you could technically, I don't really know the exact, because I don't follow the 34 laws too closely, but technically your car in every other state now is legal and doesn't need anything. I don't even think it needs to be show and display except for in California.
No.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
EPA ran out in 21.
Well, it's 1999. This is not legal in the United States until 2024.
Your car is because of Midnight Purple 2.
Yes.
And when the EPA...
But a normal one isn't.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me back up. Your car never needed to go through the process that like Randy's R32 did or any of those cars with the legalization because of the EPA, because it ran out in 21. So now your car is legal in every other state except for yours.
But this car specifically
is allowed in the United States.
Is allowed in the United States, and no other R34s unless it's a show and display exempt or a Motor X, which there's not a lot left.
Show and display, correct color, under 400 units. It can't just be historical. It's obviously technologically
but what made it the technologically historical is because because of the color. That's why
they just applied for this color only.
Yes.
That's it, because of the low production number.
Because they only made less than 400 of this color.
So the color is specific, but it's only because the production numbers are below 400. So to get show and display, there's a bunch of different requirements. One of them has to be under 400 production model, has to be technologically or historically significant, which this car, as an R34 GTR, way ahead of its time, great car, beat everyone, whatever. But what's crazy is the Midnight Purple 3 is more rare.
It's 100% legal.
The feds pull you over on the I-4.
Well, dude, all I'm saying is
you can have a kilo of Coke in the trunk. You're good.
The previous owner had this little sticker, and it's, what does it say?
1 of 282.
100 of 282
so
with the Midnight Purple
display, 2. Under 400 production model, historically or technologically significant. This car is it. Somebody applied for it. They got approved, and now you own one of probably 3 or 4.
I believe there's only 3 in the US, and
Including yours?
Including mine. I could be wrong, but I believe it's 3 of them, and I think they're all in California. Could be wrong.
So make sure you tell them.
Yeah.
And you guys better watch him. He's only allowed to do 2,500 miles a year in this thing.
This is true. But, you know, I was thinking about it. Yeah, so that's one of the other rules is that in my insurance checks that you can only put 2,500 miles a year on this car, but I can't tell you any car I've ever driven more than that in 1 year.
Imagine someone were to take an analog gauge cluster and swap it. Like, that sounds wild to me. But imagine someone did it.
Wow, yeah.
You could put 100,000
You could put 100,000
on it,
in
the other
know.
one, the feds, they're good.
This car here is my absolute #1 diehard car ever. At this point, you're probably thinking, I thought you already had a GTR in Japan from years ago. I haven't talked about this too much, but I guess I'll finally spill the beans and make a confirmation statement. I have a Bayside Blue 1999 R34 GTR in Japan. Here are a couple photos of it, full of Z-Tune parts, Nismo stuff, but it is not a V-Spec. It is just a normal GTR, and I think it's a 3 out of 5 rating. So it's pretty decent condition. So I do have that, but I really wanted to have a USA legal R34. I didn't want to wait till 2024 to import the Bayside Blue, so here we are with this one, and this color is so special. I told Tommy.
You want to flex on LZ. Just say it. Just fucking say it.
He does need to just get
Just
it over
say
with. Get her. You want to build a better car than LZ.
You want to flex on him. So
It's
you
gonna be hard because Adam's car is very nice.
Oh, trust me, it will be better than Adam's. Not that that matters, right?
Oh
my
okay.
God.
I can't argue because
It is, because you know.
we're doing it. So
you-
Adam, TJ's coming for you.
So we're gonna briefly go front to back over this car. We're gonna show you everything that it has on it, everything that's wrong with it.
Let's start with everything that's wrong with it.
There's a lot.
TJ called me and he goes, first you were showing me another car for a lot more money.
Yes,
And
I
we don't even need to
explained
talk
that
about-
in this
Oh,
video.
you did? Okay. And I said, nah, fuck that thing. Because it had some of the similar problems this one has. Missing a bunch of aero stuff.
Yeah.
So what makes this a V-Spec? The V-Spec one is kind of foggy to me, I'll be completely honest. I don't want to sound like I know everything about Skyline GTRs, especially 34s. It's supposed to have a rear diffuser. It's supposed to have a front splitter. Those are both missing.
Yeah.
The rear diffuser, someone that I know just paid $9,000 for a brand new one.
Didn't we pay that much?
Yeah, that was you. That someone was... So anyway, it's missing a couple things, and someone's had their way with this thing. You know, gotten in bed, got behind it,
Yes.
crept the hand in, you know, and
Yeah.
some shit went down. So it's missing that stuff. The first thing I want to note, it has a dent right here that I want you to see. My PDR guy fixed it. Now he can do more. This was really bad. This whole line was gone. He can do more, but I told him we may be doing the Z-Tune flare.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's like, we'll see. He can get it better, but it must have been in the same incident. I would assume it has to be. This is really bad curb rash.
yeah.
Luckily, no one gives a baker's f about R34 stock wheels. Even though they are
these worth anything?
This color, you notice there's like a greenish tinge to them.
Yeah, it's kind of like bronzish gold, green.
Green.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
so this wing piece is supposed to match that.
So this is wrapped.
It's wrapped. I don't know if it was blue or plastic dip.
Dude, I think the previous owner wrapped this like imitation Bayside Blue at one point, because why else would there be blue wrap in here? I don't know. I don't know anything
that
previous.
when I was looking at it the other day. And then this also looks like it's wrapped.
This is
also.
wrapped. This
Yeah,
gray is
this is
wrapped.
So this is supposed to be
Yeah.
the same color as the wheels.
Oh, okay.
So just that greenish, silver, whatever. No diffuser. Very expensive piece. Someone robbed you.
Yeah. Seriously.
I'm gonna pop the trunk.
Absolutely nothing there. The trunk's not a pretty sight.
Okay. Someone has to your trunk.
It's just gone.
And then we got this little guy.
So
Anytime you see a blue AM,
Yes.
the story goes, allegedly, the guy had a nitrous setup in the back of his car, but it wasn't hooked up. He never ran it.
Yeah, I always put
Yeah,
no.
oh,
Once
sure
we
it wasn't hooked up.
I don't believe that, but
We're gonna talk about the next problem.
yeah.
You have no cylinder 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I think someone put a little nitrous in her.
That might have something to do with it.
Someone's like, yeah, the nitrous is never in it, but cylinder 3's gone.
Cylinder 3's meltdown.
So none of your trunk carpeting's in here, which kind of it
Sucks.
bums me out.
Well,
but then
some of it's in here though.
I mean, yeah.
The
Sure.
annoying parts are in here.
it bums me out, but at the same time, like race cars don't have trunk interior.
I want interior though.
I know you do.
Yeah.
We're sourcing it. It's actually not that bad. So someone ripped all this out. We got all these new clips for you. Are we talking about what we got or no? Anything that we got?
All we're gonna say
Let's
is...
talk about it, and if you edit the whole part out or every part, you're gonna watch this clearly, right?
Yeah, well, why don't we just say...
We got something for that. Watch your arms. This thing will kill you.
Why don't we just say this? Because this was my like dream car, I told Tommy, I want to build this car as if you were like playing Gran Turismo. Like, as if you were
Just
gonna...
clicking it.
Clicking everything. You
So
never...
we're not gonna tell them specifics, but you bought everything.
Yeah, whatever you guys can imagine of like 11 out of 10. Money wasn't like, it was like...
Money wasn't...
I kind of just didn't look at thing. I don't know. I didn't.
Yeah.
It's just, that's all I'll say. It's gonna be insane.
So you're missing this.
And that's so expensive.
Expensive piece.
That's
It's
an
about
expensive
800
piece.
bucks.
Yeah.
For the cover?
For the
Yeah.
cover.
Well, I also want to get the gold badges too. Just the badges.
They're like $2
500
grand.
bucks for just one badge.
Yeah, they're like $2 for all of them.
Yeah.
So you got an ARC from out, which is a good
Pretty
thing.
cool. But talk about that.
So this is a Nismo Fine Spec, which isn't the original engine. Does it have a number on it? Yeah, number
102.
102. So the Fine Spec engine's like Nismo's newest technology. I think it's a 24U block, which is really great. Whatever. It's super cool. I'm super jealous of that. One thing that I am concerned about when we do modify this that we're not going to tell anyone, matching the valve cover. I thought it was like a flat Nardo grade. There's hella flake in it. Watch this.
Yeah. Tommy, the wet shop.
Yeah, it was never
is
installed.
right here. Do you see it, TJ?
The nitrous was never installed.
no, there it is.
That's why
Definitely
you have no
wasn't.
cylinder 3 and 4.
Definitely, I don't know if you guys can see
And
that.
it's a wet shot. It's got fuel going to it
That was
also.
just scary. I saw that. I saw the
Right.
T in the line.
Yeah, you can see it right there.
That guy lied to you, but whatever. I'm be more concerned with the fact that he put all this dumbass hardware on it.
I know
That's Dustin Williams hardware.
I think Dustin had part in the build.
We're not gonna run that. That's for sure. This I particularly really hate.
Yeah, I don't like these. It's like wannabe cha shit. You know, it's like, oh, I want titanium, and then this is what they do.
Titanium, and then I don't know.
Play
Play a little banjo, baby. Just-
Mishimoto hoses. Hardware's gotta go. Titanium's gotta go. So what we're gonna do is we obviously I don't know what I'm allowed to say, so we're just gonna make this period correct gangster as fuck. Maybe like look behind you. It'd be like similar to that.
Well, that's all we'll say about that.
We'll tape the intercooler pipe on and shit.
That was one of the really cool things that when I found out about the car, I was like, oh, it has the fine spec. I got to learn a little bit about it. So if you have an RB26 or in Japan, you can actually go to the Omari factory, right? And you can pay to have your motor built
Or you
into
can
a
just
fine
buy
spec.
the crate motor.
Which is very expensive.
Yeah, they're like, well,
It's not like an HKS motor, but still very expensive.
yeah, back in the day they were like 20.
Yeah, I know
A
that
lot more
today you could sell this motor, you know, considering if it wasn't
Probably
toast,
35.
could sell it for a good amount of money.
Yeah.
Which is pretty sweet.
So the cool thing is you have all the basics of the fine specs. You have the block, the 24U block, which I think it is. I hope it is. I don't think it's an
We'll know when
05U.
we pull it. I don't know.
But those valve covers are worth like $4 or $5 grand.
valve covers are cool. Actually, just like the the red
like,
valve
looks
cover.
good.
But
Oh, you do.
But the gray is
It's
cool
too many-
because you have all the Nismo.
Too
stuff.
many colors.
a
Like
lot
if
of-
you did the red with the outside, it's like too many colors.
Too chach.
Yeah.
Too chachi?
Too chach.
Chachi. No, I like the gray a lot. The gray is super hype.
So then we're gonna cut the fenders, the front rear, and put bags and
We're
wide
gonna
body.
do a bag system with HRE 3-piece.
Bolt-on fender flares.
Yeah.
Won't seam seal the quarters.
I don't know whose YouTube channel you're watching, but not
Yours.
me. Not
Okay,
me.
So I don't know what we're
not
allowed
me.
to say though, because we can't talk about the things. So we're just talking about the negatives. The wet shot is there. It's
I mean,
already
the full
there.
negatives is that this engine bay looks like it hasn't really been taken care of. Hence, we're missing the fuse box cover, nitrous. It's just, in my opinion, it's not like you. Oh, the blue turbos. Did you ever catch that one?
Yeah, I saw.
I don't know
Somebody
if you
did
can
some weird
see
shit.
that. It's just like not how I would do it. It's cool. It has the ARC intercooler. That's dope.
Next video, we're gonna retest it before we yank it out. But anyway, so I had some dents, fucked up wheels, nitrous, ugly titanium.
Oh, also
The
the
worst
headlights
takes
don't.
off.
The headlights don't work either.
They don't work.
Well, they work. The bulbs are all out. If you flick on the lights, I think the battery's toast.
Oh hey,
Oh. Okay, well I do have it.
Oh.
It's actually in pretty good
you
condition.
know what? I know. I bet Josh took it off. But when you had it, I don't know where it was.
No, Josh didn't take it off. The transporters did when they jump started it.
But why didn't he see it when it was at his house?
Maybe I did and I don't remember. I don't know.
Well, you have it.
It's been months since
Look
I've
how
seen
much
this
money
car.
I saved you.
Yeah, 800 bucks. That's actually really good condition too.
Shatters the window. Leaning
I know.
Let's talk about interior.
Yeah, let's go to the other side. Well, first let's talk about this. I hate this. We have to replace these.
These are faded. Super faded. Not ideal. So the interior, I think the interior's
It's not bad.
not bad,
The
but
seats
the
rough.
seats are
Somebody had
rough.
something weird that caught every time.
Yeah, the bolster.
This is
and-
this is so bad. I hate that this happened.
I think the horn works though.
It does.
Oh, well, when the
Hold on.
battery works.
Yeah.
Yeah. That steering wheel's really, like,
It's so bad.
the steering wheel's gotta go.
It has nothing to do with this car.
Yeah, one thing I thought was cool is it has a Nismo tack, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, white face gauges. Those are worth about $3,500 right now.
Yeah, the gauges are cool. It's on a Haltech ECU, so it has like, you guys know me, I like my interiors to be like very stock looking. I don't like any aftermarket gauges, I don't like anything. And if you do have it, I like to hide it. So I'm not a fan of this. We don't even know what any of this stuff does. What is this, like fuel pumps, nitrous purge? I don't know.
The nitrous wasn't hooked up.
This is clapped, we can easily do that. But this is the V-spec, so you have the gold trim. This is kind of gross, this is gross. That's slightly cracked, we can replace that. But like headliner's in pretty good condition. The door cards, I think are pretty good. Carpet's pretty decent. Is that a burn mark right there? I don't even know what that is. Almost looks like a cigarette burn.
Yeah, that's...
I don't know, but that all needs to be changed. Back seat's good, so interior's not bad. We've talked about doing a full interior swap. We'll get to, you know, when we get to that part in the series, you guys will see that, but we'll find out.
So we're gonna try to build this whole car in-house in one series, right?
Yeah,
We're gonna spread this out over, let's say 10 videos.
yeah.
And we're gonna do engine stuff, interior stuff, exterior stuff, painting some stuff, wheels, suspension, brakes,
Bushings, suspension,
Arms,
same thing. Every
axles,
nut and bolt.
clutch.
Carpeting in the back, taillights.
So we're doing a
Headlights.
full on restoration.
This will be the most extensive restoration that's ever been done on the channel. And the most expensive.
It'll definitely be the most
By
expensive.
far.
So TJ, he said, I'm gonna let you do the build. Nice guy TJ is gonna let me pick, I'm gonna say 90% of what you're doing. You pick,
I think we picked it together.
yeah, no, I know, but you let me influence.
Yeah, no,
90%.
Well,
Some
and that's
things you
one
were
thing
like,
too, and again, that's a big reason as to why I'm here with Tommy. Because to be honest, guys, I never even thought I would be owning this car this early in time, just because it's not legal. I just didn't know that much about it, other than the RB26, all-wheel drive. Like, I just don't know much about this stuff. So when it comes to like parts, there wasn't a lot of stuff I knew about it, and I definitely didn't realize how extensive Nismo parts go. You know, off of my Supra, there's not that many TRD parts you can do on a Supra, but when it comes to Nismo on an R34, sky is the
car.
limit. Like
So the
every
cool-
single thing.
The cool thing about Nismo is they made like catalog cars. They made
Yeah.
catalogs. I have some, I'll show you some. With this car, when they made the Z-Tune, which is the most gangster of all R34s, in my opinion, pretty much allowed you to buy every Z-Tune part through the catalog.
Yeah.
Fenders, hood, bumpers, splitters. I mean, they didn't let you do the interior, I don't think. Strut bars, like all the weird shit you could get through the catalog.
Yeah.
So you could clone a Z-Tune. You could even buy the F-Sport engine. You can't buy the one that's a Z-Tune, but you can buy the F-Sport engine. My suggestion to TJ was to make a 2022 TJ Hunt Edition Z-Tune.
And then also Adam's R34 that you guys saw me drive a couple of months ago. When I felt how Adam's car drove, I was blown away. So originally my mind wasn't gonna be like, oh, we're gonna replace every bushing, wheel bearings, like, but Tommy was like, absolutely, you have to
Well, you said,
do.
you're like, oh, the nice thing about Adams is it just felt like a new car. And I was like, it's because it is.
Yeah.
He replaced wheel bearings, bushing, every arm, everything he could buy from the dealer, I'm pretty sure he bought.
Yeah. So that's essentially,
One-upping him, it's gonna be a task.
now we're doing it.
We're doing it.
We're doing
Adam,
it.
you better go round two.
I think
TJ's
he's going,
ready to spend
he is
some money.
doing round 2 soon, I think,
Is he?
actually. Yeah. But it's all right. We'll still be better. That was interior, rear. I guess that was kind of a full walk around.
It feels really good to finally have this car in the videos and to just act like this car isn't actually mine. This is seriously a dream, and I'm so honored that it's here. I'm gonna link all of Tommy's stuff down below if you haven't already checked it out. If you ever want a GTR restoration, or you're looking at anything Nissan related, or even JDM stuff related, hit up Tommy. You can check out his channel or his Instagram. Check out the links down below. You can get all the information you need. For the next, I don't know, however many videos, 10 videos or more, hopefully, maybe, fingers crossed, it's strictly all gonna be the progress of this R34. This car has, by the time you guys are watching this happened a long time ago. So I've been building this in the background, and you guys are gonna watch this get transformed over the next month. So come back for the next video where we are going to drive this car one last time, check compression, show you guys how screwed up the motor is, then it's time to start tearing everything apart. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with this R34 restoration, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, and keep moving forward.